able to host this event in quite a number of years. So we're really excited to be able to bring it back this year. And I want to recognize and thank my colleagues, because this doesn't get done in and of itself. There's a tremendous team and staffers that are out there greeting you and signing you up and welcoming you. So a special thanks to all of the staffers that help contribute to making it possible. And I also want to recognize our wonderful colleagues, obviously Speaker Adrian Adams, who's here.
Events in the last few weeks that have impacted our brothers and sisters in Puerto Rico and Santo Domingo and Mexico. We're seeing a rising number of asylum seekers that are coming here, right, from Venezuela, from Nicaragua, who are going through some really difficult times. And so I also want you to keep them in mind, and tonight is in your honor. Thank you. With that, join me in welcoming Speaker Adrian Adams.
And welcome to City Hall. The People's House is back in business. Adrienne Adams, and it is my esteemed honor to welcome all of you into the People's House for our first out of COVID celebration, and you made it happen, so let's give you I couldn't be more excited as we officially celebrate the return of our cultural celebrations here in the council chambers. I am so honored to have by my side the first ever Deputy Speaker, Councilmember Diana Ayala. And I welcome our colleagues tonight, Councilmember Rafael Salamanca, Councilmember Amanda Farias, Councilmember Carmen de la Rosa, Councilmember Lázaro Feliz, Councilmember Alexa Aviles. We welcome you tonight. You know, since I first arrived in the New York City Council with Councilmember Ayala in 2017, these have been some of my favorite events to be a part of because we get to experience and appreciate the rich diversity of our city. From food to music to dance, our communities have the opportunity to showcase what makes them special right here in the People's House. We haven't hosted a celebratory event like this since the start of the pandemic in March 2020. But we're back, and we're so excited to host even more moving forward. But today, the council is celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month.
That's right.
And it is observed every year between September 15th and October 15th. New York City is home to 2.5 million Hispanic residents of diverse backgrounds, cultures, and traditions, and we celebrate you. Our Hispanic communities have contributed so much to our city and to our country, and it's important that we continue to uplift and celebrate those achievements. In addition to live performances, we will be honoring several Hispanic community leaders who have made a tremendous impact on our city, and I thank them for all of their contributions to making New York City a better place for all of us. Before I conclude, I want to also thank our amazing council staff for getting on the ball, back on the ball, and opening up the People's House to the people. We thank you for your work and everything. And all of you, we thank all of you for joining us tonight. You could have been any place in the world, but you chose to be here to celebrate this rich culture that we share with you tonight. Thank you for joining us in celebration, and once again, welcome to your house, the People's House. My esteemed colleague, Deputy Speaker Diana Ayala.
All right, now I need you to help me welcome one of my favorite of all time, the Mariachi Academy.
It is our honor to be here, to be sharing our beautiful music of Mexico, the beautiful music of mariachi. And this year we're celebrating 20 years with the Mariachi Academy of New York, a nonprofit that we started back in 2003. I'm sorry. I'm going back all the way back to my beginnings. But just to let you know, all these wonderful performers and wonderful musicians that are here today are actually from our first and second generation from the Mariachi Academy of New York. So, and I'm very happy to see that we're keeping our traditions alive and the beautiful music of Mexico as well. Thank you so much for having us here today, and we're going to do one more quick song before somebody comes. Thank you again. Thank you, Diana. Muchas gracias, Diana, por invitarnos. Gracias a todos ustedes. ¡Que viva México! ¡Que viva!
First of all, I wanna congratulate and thank the Mariachi Academy for your performance, and there's gonna be other performances after I speak. I really want to thank you ahead of time for taking out the time to celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month with us. I want to thank our Speaker Adrian Adams, for hosting us today here in the People's House. This is one of, please, let's give a big round of applause for Speaker Adrian Adams. This is one of the first cultural events that we are hosting here in the chambers since the pandemic, since COVID. And I'm just excited to be here today and to honor individuals in the Hispanic community who have dedicated their lives and their careers on giving back. I want to congratulate all the honorees that are going to come in after us today. I want to also give a big shout out to our Deputy Speaker, Diana Ayala. Por favor, un aplauso. Speaker Ayala, she's my neighbor. And Councilmember Ayala, you know, she covers the South Bronx with myself, and she also has East Harlem, a big community in this community. I want to also thank the leadership in the Black Caucus. We have two co-chairs, Councilmember Kevin Riley and, of course, Councilmember Oswald Felix. I want to thank you, Oswald Felix, and the Black Caucus for your commitment in helping us and ensuring that we bring this event here to back to New Yorkers. So we're going to start with our first honoree. My first honoree is someone that I hold in very high, dear respect. I met him when I was a district manager for Bronx Community Board number 2, and he worked for the Bronx Overall Economic Development Corporation, really overseeing over $55 million in loan funds as the executive director of the Bronx Empowerment Zone and the general counsel for BOEDC. But you know, my relationship with Alfredo goes a little bit more personal. I met his mother. She was my colleague as a district manager, and she always spoke extremely highly of Alfredo. And throughout the years, I got to really know Alfredo and build a relationship with him. And today, I can tell you that Alfredo, along with his partner, Junior, he is a principal partner for what's called the Bronx Draft House. For those of you out there from the Bronx, you know, you got to hit that spot up. It's right by Yankee Stadium. They are also owners and partners of what's called Bistros. And if you don't know, now you know. You want to have a great time for brunch, you have a good time, you have to go hit up Bistros. They are also owners and partners of what's called Bricks and Hops in the Bronx as well. They've also started something that's called the Bodega Social and the Hospitality Group. And Alfredo can explain that, but I think it's a really cool concept. The restaurant group's motto is keeping it local. When COVID hit in our communities, I can tell you that Alfredo, his partner Junior, and his other partners were one of the first businesses to step up to the plate. They partnered with World Food Kitchen, and they delivered over 1 million meals to Bronx sites in the city of New York. That deserves a big round of applause. Please, I want to thank you for your partner for your commitment here. I mentioned about Alfredo's career in BOEDC, managing over $55 million. And you know, what I'm really extremely proud of is that they're always innovative thinkers, thinking ahead of time. How we're going to step up. How we as Latinos, they as Latino business owners, how are they going to step up with the times and take advantage of what exactly the state, the feds, and the city is offering. And I'm going to say this loud and clear. From my mouth to God's ears, they put in an application to be one of the first Latino businesses to sell cannabis and get a cannabis license. And that deserves a big round of applause. And I want to congratulate you for that. So with that, please, un aplauso for my friend, Abraza, Alfredo, Javier.
todos que están aquí. Buenas noches, saludos a todos que están aquí, bendiciones. Y gracias a Dios para este momento. I don't get nervous, but the last time I've been in the People's House, I was standing there to accept the name changing of a street from my mother who passed, who served in New York City for 29 years. Wow. So, this is very emotional for me. As the speaker said, this is the People's House, which is ironic because the first New York City resident, Juan Rodriguez, was Dominican. New York City doesn't get any more Latino than that. We are the foundation for this city. We've helped build it, we've helped create it, we've helped nurture it and bring it to where it is. And my mother used to always say something that she felt weird accepting accolades for doing what should be done. Awards felt weird to her for doing what should be done, for helping the people. And that comes from something from not just Latinos, but from New Yorkers. If we see the attacks that we've had in Lower Manhattan, if we see the things that we've had to deal with recently, together as a people, we strive to help one another. And accepting an award for helping fellow New Yorkers during the pandemic feels weird, but it's a blessing. And thank you to everyone. Thank you to my mother for guiding me. Thank you to my business partner, Junior. Thank you to Jasmine. If anybody doesn't know who she is, she's the one right there. She's the steering wheel for the ship. And that should be of no surprise to anybody because a Latina is at the head of every household. There may be a lot of machismo, but at the end of the day, the house is ran by a woman. Jasmine is the steering wheel, Junior is the gasoline, and I'm an attorney by nature, so on the brakes, I believe everything is a problem. And together we work. And thank you so much to the councilman. Thank you so much to everyone. And I'm going to leave now because my anxiety is getting to me. But thank you.
Funny story, but you're in my district. That's not your council member. Is he trying to take you? Has he offered? Has he made any offers? The lines are changing. Ah, mira. Me falta leche en cuento, Dios mío. Thank you. He's gonna learn to share. We're gonna share. We're gonna share him. Thank you so much, Alfredo. I want to acknowledge also all of the hard work they put into really revitalizing the South Bronx and really making a community of small businesses in that area that didn't exist 10 years ago. But during the pandemic, they were really essential workers and they were out there all the time making sure that the community was being fed. And so we don't recognize that enough. So muchísimas gracias, Alfredo, and to your team for all that you do. I'll try to stop by more so that you can recognize my face and maybe... I did, right? I did come, you see? Nene, no? It's okay. No. Ralph and I share everything, so it's great, it's great. Thank you so much. Now I need you to help me welcome el Ballet Hispánico of Nueva York.
is Rodney Hamilton, and I'm the Associate Director at Ballet Hispanico. And for those of you who don't know who Ballet Hispanico is, our organization was founded 52 years ago by our founder, Tina Ramirez. Unfortunately, yes. In 1970, unfortunately, we just lost Tina Ramirez 2 weeks ago, so we're really happy and honoring her and dedicating our season to her. We're now being run by Eduardo Villar, who's our CEO and Artistic Director. And our organization is proud to be around for 52 years because in 1970, a brown woman of Latin descent decided that she needed to give the Latin culture a voice and through dance. And that was unheard of. And for 52 years, we've been around wowing audiences around the world, and we've become the leading Latinx organization of dance in the arts in the country. So we're very, very proud of that. So what we give to the people around the world, making sure that the voice of the Latinx people are out there and that they see that we are more than just what they expect us to be, right? It's not a stereotype, but we do have a voice that is deep, that is rich, and that really expresses out to everyone, and then educating the children on what can happen and what they can't see so that they see us on stage. So